And hello everyone, welcome back to a Florida Tech esports stream. My name is Andrew. I'm an alumni from astrophysics, and I'm joined by today we are going to be watching Crimson go up against University, and our first map is going to be Lotus here. Yeah, Lotus is very exciting. I love the way the doors play, and there's a lot of like very fun ways that people can exploit those doors and use different ways of moving around terrain. So Lotus is very fun. And here in terms of team comps, we are seeing double Gecko. Very exciting to see that on both sides. And yeah, in terms of Sentinel, we're seeing Killjoy as expected. She's super strong. And yeah, identical team comp. Very how this goes. Oh, sorry, not identical. I just noticed. Just about.
Mic's working?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think Embry-Riddle's going for the double controller, where Florida Tech's going for the double Inish. So comps, I think that's a really strong way to play, just different ways to play map, especially because there's 3 bomb sites. You definitely need either the extra smoke or the extra info from those initiators, so
For sure, yeah. I do really like the Viper pick in terms of the secondary controller, especially with the Gecko. It's gonna provide a lot of like really unexpected flash locations and flash zones that they can create with that combination. And then Breach is super good on this map as well, with all the different alleys that they can that they can stun down.
yeah, for sure.
And we're starting here with Florida Tech on the defense side. Let's see how they fare against Embry-Riddle's attack here on pistol. Florida Tech's already getting really aggressive here with Enrique and Satanic. Raskup as well, pushing pretty far up mount with a nice one-way for information. Looks like the one-way really dissuaded Embry-Riddle and they decide not to push this. Raskup actually going to commit another smoke to that one-way. Slow them down even further. Looks like Embry-Riddle has decided to just bide their time. Wait it out. Raskop's going to go for this orb. He might get spammed through by Frosty, but he does manage to get out with 50 HP. Gecko's ready to push, and here on the sideways, TCK is going to take out Enrique. It's going to put a huge hole in Florida Tech's defense, but Enrique with the satchel. Post-mortem kill on the TCK. We end up 1-for-1 trading here. And now, Embry-Riddle's decided to pivot back towards the A site. They have a really good read here. They're not going to come across any of Florida Tech's play, and Florida Tech's going to be forced into a retake. Juicy's here and does get a ping off the alarm button. That's going to give the go-ahead for the rest of Florida Tech to rotate.
Spike planted.
Frosty with the plant. Now we're in a 4v4 retake. Florida Tech is going to just punch their way out of heaven here. Here they go. Blinds leading the charge. A stun's gonna come in. Push Rescup off the spike, and here comes a nade as well with the blind. That's gonna be super difficult for Rescup to deal with. In the meantime, Libby getting a kill. Rescup keep trying to get some damage here. A huge burst onto the side. Now it's not just a duck. And he gets taken out by Libby as well with a beautiful crossfire setup. And pistol round goes to Embry-Riddle.
Keep going.
Yeah, that round could have gone either way. We saw Florida Tech aggress out of B and C, and I thought that aggression would just waste the time for the round, but then Embry-Riddle kind of had the read that Florida Tech had rotated over to C because of the damage that Rescop took, and they were able to make their way onto A kind of for free. And the Raze and Gecko Nation to retake that site after or for post plant, and then Libby getting 3 and Tree was huge.
Yeah, definitely a successful pistol round for them. Really well set up, and here comes an aggressive push through this one-way that we've seen before, but this time they have the firepower, they have the guns, and they're able to get some kills, and Starkos, even with a pivot, punishing Juicy. Gecko
Last player
is
standing.
going to be punished as well, but Starkos is just on a killing spree, grabbing 4 kills and putting a quick end to that round.
Yeah, definitely a faster round. They just disrespected Reskov's one way and just went for it. And Starkos, definitely the MVP of that round, getting, what, 4?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Love seeing a duelist just popping off like that 5-0 already. That's definitely where you want to be if you're playing that role.
It's good. But yeah, now luckily Florida Tech's on their full buys, and Embry Riddle is on a gun disadvantage, so.
Yeah, Florida Tech definitely wants to be winning this round given their advantageous position, but you gotta be careful. They are playing super aggressive here with Enrique. He's gonna Roomba out and not gonna catch anyone, but the smoke is really gonna dissuade anyone from pushing as well. You can see on the mini-map, the rest of Embry Riddle's kind of pivoting back towards Seaside. We see another cheeky little one-way here. This time it's gonna be on top of the arches, and Juicy's gonna be first contact. He has a setup. He hears the orb. That's gonna be huge information for Florida Tech. Here comes the smokes by Embry Riddle. They're also gonna hit that door, try to get some distraction going as well. A nice molly as well to take out the alarm, but there's still a molly by Juicy here tucked in the corner. Embry Riddles decide to not make any sort of noise, just waiting it out, and here comes their push. With the Gecko blind, and Juicy is going to be able to get a kill, take out Wingman as well, and that's going to put a huge damper on the push. Spike's taken out as well, Duck following suit, and these players are just getting melted upon entering.
One enemy remaining.
Florida Tech in a very strong position here, and yeah, Satanic's going to close that one out. Florida Tech off some early info, putting in the work.
Yeah, flawless round for Florida Tech. Really well done by Juicy there, using the right util at the right time, just holding off on that turret so that they couldn't destroy it early. And yeah, just really well timed, really well played by Florida Tech, I think.
Yeah, I think Juicy did a phenomenal job there, waiting out the Gecko blind that he knew was coming and was able to catch these players off guard. So yeah, excellent positioning by Juicy. Now we're going to the first full buy round of Lotus, and it starts off with a bang, and Reek and Reskov each can kill their own through this wall that was meant to help. Embry Riddle ends up hurting them instead, as their players cannot even make it through. The spam just doing too much work for them to handle. In the meantime, Enrique is going to try to get some information, and he is going to get info that at least one player is there with the Roomba. Now, off this information, Flotech decides to slow it down. On this side of the map, Juicy and Frosty going for a little 1v1. Frosty's going to be able to grab the orb and get away, but not much space gained by Embry Riddle. They're trying to explore the rest of the map. Here's TCK on the B side, once again trying to find an opening for Embry Riddle, but there's Spike. Juicy putting an end to the aggression. Knocking down the spike. It's on Mound as well. That's going to be such a difficult position for Embry Riddle to take control of.
One enemy remaining.
And Juicy shutting down Noah as well. And just not to
30 seconds
TCK, his position is known, and he might just try to go for a save. Duck is aware of it, goes for Chilo blind, bounces off the door. A spam through the box is going to come through, and Juicy, the third kill on the board to shut it down.
Nice 3K from Juicy there. Huge first bloods by Enrique and Reskop to follow up there in A main.
Sure. And
Embry Riddle kind of had to back up and play slower, and Juicy just picked the rest off one by one. So
yeah, I think there Fartek was really well poised for that aggressive Viper wall. And like I mentioned before, it just ended up helping Fartek way more than Embry Riddle could handle.
you see some ults online. Enrique with the showstopper. Embry Riddle might have some online as well. We might see some of those come into play.
Yeah, in the meantime, they are going for aggressive play towards the seaside. Starkos is taking out 2 with the stinger. Satanic has traded him out, but now Embry Riddle is 1 player up, even though they have gun disadvantage. Spike is getting planted, and now it's up to Florida Tech for a 3v4 retake. Let's go up in Satanic.
Right there.
Playing out a lot of the angles. But these backside positions along with these flashes are going to be so difficult to Gecko blind. Not going to catch anyone. And here comes Showstopper as well by Enrique. It's going to catch Frosty off guard. But the mount position by TCK is too much. And a nice thrifty round by Embry Riddle.
Yeah, the Stark goes with the stinger again. Really just putting an end to Duck's defense on the C site, and yeah, just unfortunate timings, and unfortunate that Enrique invested the Showstopper and wasn't able to get any with that, but Florida Tech still able to buy, coming up on some other ults, so promising round.
Yeah, for a second there I saw multiple operators. I was a little worried there. Florida Tech doing some trolling. Okay, they got 1 operator. I believe it's in the hands of Enrique, maybe? No, it's in the hands of Reskop on the C side. That's actually going to be a huge aid for Florida Tech, locking down that site, but it's on the complete opposite of the map. Juicy's here. Showstopper has been used by Starkos, and he is taken out by Juicy. Traded by Null though, and Spike is already planted. Florida Tech back on the retake here. Libby with a close angle is going to take out Satanic. Here comes a From the Shadows as well. As going to put a lot of pressure on Reskop. Trying to make something happen with this operator on retake. Such a difficult weapon to use in this type of position. Florida Tech doesn't have much to play with here as they try to get the spike defused. Reskop are trying to get a blind as Duck goes for the plant, but he gets off the spike. Wingman does manage to get it half, but the spam through the smoke is going to be so difficult to stop. Libby through the smoke getting 2 and putting another on the board for Embry Riddle.
Post plant really well done by Embry Riddle. Libby able to use From the Shadows to get out of that difficult position on site and go and play with their team back in A main. Really secured the round, I think, and Wingman tried his best and halved the bomb, but it just wasn't enough there with the volley from Frosty. And Florida Tech's looking like they are gonna save, where Embry Riddle's on a full buy and they have an equal ults online.
Yeah, and now Embry Riddle's poking back towards C side. They've been ping-ponging back and forth between A and C. Frosty is going to use his ultimate to clear out the entirety of site. Juicy has a lockdown though. Surprised to see that invested. Frosty is still going to go for the plant. And Starkos getting first blood onto Duck. And Noah's on a tear, taking out Reskop and Enrique. A counter lockdown was used, and that's going to delay Florida Tech's retake, but it's just up to Juicy here with Satanic. And here comes Thrash Part 2. Electric Boogaloo doesn't find anyone, but now they're going to be pretty confident of where to look, and it's a firing range there on the C site. As Embry Riddle putting another round under their belt.
A really nice try from Juicy there to put that lockdown and delay the plant, but they just stuck it and were able to back up all the way in mound, and now we see a timeout on the side of Florida Tech. Coach Noob.
Yeah. He's no noob to the game, but it's definitely a good timeout here. Florida Tech wants to recollect their thoughts, wants to get their head back in this game. This is going to be a round where they're going to be able to fool by, and so they need to figure out how are they going to keep pushing forward here, as Embry Riddle has accumulated such a large economic advantage. They have so much money in the bank that they can just keep doing this even if they start losing rounds after round. So Florida Tech definitely here on the back foot and has to find how to stop these aggressive pushes.
They do have the Gecko ult, the Thrash that we just saw, so I wonder if they're going to decide whether to use that for a post plant or if they're going to use it to aggress early in the round. Could go either way with it.
I would definitely like to see it on a retake. Flortech seemingly struggling a little on these retakes, especially with the strong plays that Embry Riddle is showing. They're doubling up their players and have a lot of util setups. And Flortech needs to find a way back into these rounds once they're in retake. So I would love to see Thresh used there for sure. Looks like it's might be the first B hit we've seen this entire game, as Embry Riddle has 3 players here, but Duck is here with Thresh. This could be huge, but he bounces off of Starkos. What a tragic turn of events. We had so much hope for the Thresh. Unfortunate position is going to shut that down, and Null as well, adding insult to injury, taking out Satanic with a quick lurk. Enrique is going to be able to shut that down. And now a 1v1 could break out here on these doors. But will he be aware of this close angle? He will not. The retake falls apart for Flortech. Unfortunate turn.
Yeah, I think Embry Riddle is switching up whether they push a site fast or slow. And Dux just wasn't ready for Starkos to double satchel or one satchel onto site, and yeah, just unfortunate that Thresh was kind of out of control there.
For sure.
It is a really hard ability to control sometimes. So
yeah, and I think Embry Riddle doing a good job of going for a fast push like that, that's gonna really undermine the Thresh abilities. Flortech is on what looks to be a half buy. Risk up here with the Stinger and his trusty old one-way. But Embry Riddle has decided to go back to slow playing, and Flortech is really being caught off guard by these rapid pace switches. Risk up is forced off the angle. Interesting molly. Maybe try to push him further back, or maybe meant to go deeper. Embry Riddle still taking their time and farming up a bunch of ultimates, and they are still leaving Null on the lurk. We've seen this time and time again. Some contact towards the B side, but not much for them to play off of. And yeah, Null getting such advanced position is going to call his team over, saying, hey, let's go back to the A site. We've seen this once, we'll see this again. These players are really going back and forth between these sites, trying to catch these Flortech players off guard. Satanic is going to be first contact here in tree, and he is going to get a kill onto Null, but Blind are going to come through, and TCK taking advantage of that, getting a nice kill, and Starkos with the timing onto Reskov. The lurk coming in, and Frosty as well getting a kill, and it's already down to 2v4, make that a 1v4, and yeah, the guns just don't stand a chance as Flortech cannot take a retake with their sheriffs.
yeah, that was a save round from Florida Tech, so luckily their economy is good enough now so they can full buy. Embry Riddle's sitting very comfortable in their economy with 2 ults online. You see the Viper Pit in the hands of Null, and Frosty again has Thrash again. But Florida Tech does have some ults. Enrique has the Showstopper. Monk with the Rolling Thunder. Could be very useful for retakes now.
Yeah, it's been difficult here for Flortech, but hopefully their retakes with these ultimates can allow them back into this map. Here, Enrique playing aggressively, but here comes a Thrash. Not gonna catch anyone. A little too far back for their taste. Looks like it's just gonna be a full commit towards the A site by Embry Riddle. Frost able to pick up the Thrash again, getting some damage onto Enrique. It looks like they're actually going for a B pivot. Flash is not gonna be able to catch anyone off guard. Starkos with the movement onto site, getting a kill, and TCK as well. Reskov is trying to play his best. He is going to be able to TP out through the door. 30 HP, and it's now down to a 3v3 retake, but these Florida Tech players are so weak. Rolling Thunder invested by Satanic along with a Showstopper. Thresh is going to pass through, not even going to hit Enrique. Down to a 2v2, but the post plant setup, Molly is gonna slow down Satanic even further. Gecko Molly as well. Satanic almost gets caught in it. A blind is gonna be invested, but Frosty able to get a kill, and Reskop can get one, but not two. A chaotic round, but Embry Riddle comes out on top.
A lot of ults invested from both teams, and Reskop, unfortunately, on 30 HP. I think if he just had a little bit more health, that was definitely winnable for him. He was feeling it with... He already had 3.
Yeah,
but,
he was definitely put a lot of impact from his position earlier.
Yeah, but Frosty with the Dizzy through the little hole in the wall.
Oh, yeah. We also saw Molly to accompany that, and these Embry Riddle players definitely have a really good baseline setup for how they want to hold down their sites and how they want to set their post plans. Now it's back towards the seaside where Juicy's left to face a showstopper by Starkos. Nolan Libby each picking up a kill elsewhere on the map. Through the door, that's gonna be brutal. Reskop with a classic, gets shut down. It's just down to Juicy. Is able to get one, but picks up an operator. Not much to play with. A quick round for Embry Riddle as they continue their dominance here on Lotus.
Really nice try to flank by Florida Tech, but they just got shut down so quickly, and they were able to get rid of 2 guns out of the hands of Embry Riddle. But yeah, their economy is... They're way too rich.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Florida Tech can full buy, and Reskop is going to get another op, so hopefully we can get this half to 9-3.
9-3. Looks like they're pushing towards the B side into Reskop's op, but he is forced off the angle already. The planter come down really early, a Viper Spirit as well. Make it so much more difficult to go through, and TCK has already picked up 2 kills. Onto a 3v4 retake for Florida Tech. Here comes the attacker ultimate as well. Killjoy lockdown, gonna push these players back even further, and it's just an impenetrable defense here on this last round and a half. Juicy and Satanic would have to pull off a miracle, and it doesn't start here as Starkos. It's a beautiful timing, and Satanic trying to get something to happen, but he's shut down. 10-0 for Embry Riddle, and they are sitting pretty here.
Yeah. They did a really good job just switching up their pace. Florida Tech had no idea if they were gonna, where they were gonna push, if they were gonna push fast or play time. Kind of some mind games going on, but now that Florida Tech is able to start this attack, maybe they can do the same thing to Embry Riddle and throw them off. This map, I would say, is attacker sided.
I think I'd agree as well.
I have hope.
Any map that has 3 sites makes it so much easier for these players to pivot, and we saw Embry Riddle doing that really well, pivoting back and forth between the extremity sites and then sometimes just rushing into B.
Yeah.
We're seeing the same one-way smoke that we saw previously, and here comes Florida Tech, and Reek with a fast push, but it is going to be slowed down by this Viper Orb. Florida Tech is going to be able to farm this ultimate orb, and Juicy on the other side of the map with a lurk. Gonna catch a kill. A glint of Starkos. Juicy getting a second, and in danger here. Libby does manage to get the trade. Now Florida Tech up 1 player, and now going for the plant using Gecko Wingman. Look at him go.
Aww.
Successful plant for Florida Tech here, but now they just need to hold it. Playing quite close, but they have to be aware of this lurk by TCK. He does manage to pick one up, but it is traded by Reskop. On to 3v2. Libby on site, getting a kill, and Loa as well. It's down to Enrique. Started as a 3v2, is ending into 2v1. And Nolan Libby playing that perfectly. Taking away Pistol Round for Embry Riddle. Yeah, Florida Tech able to get onto site with relatively low resistance, but the post plant fell apart.
Yeah, the trades from Libby and Null there were really huge, and yeah.
This is gonna be very difficult for Florida Tech to get back from here. They're 1 point away from match point, and looks like they're going for a force buy. They're gonna try to get as much damage as possible. This is almost do or die here for Florida Tech. And so they're investing a ton of money here. If they don't make this round work, it's gonna basically be GG. Looks like they start towards a beast, but now they're going towards C. Util is used, but TCK already picked up a kill. Beautiful nade by Starkos is gonna push these players off, and Tardio Florida Tech's aggression got shut down by that utility, by those guns and the setup. Down to Reskop, does manage to get a kill, but not enough. And that's a crucial round. Now Florida Tech is gonna have nothing to play with here on match point.
Florida Tech forcing in that last round, hoping to be able to go on to the B site pretty quickly, but TCK had the read and set up all of the KJ util there, forcing them to rotate, and they just fell into Starkos nade and Null's Viper util. So
yeah, the defensive hold by Embry-Riddle was really well coordinated, and Florida Tech seemed to have a good set, but couldn't make it happen. But here, Reskop with 2 kills with the Guardian. He's putting in work. Varsity a kill of his own with the Guardian. But now, Florida Tech actually might have a way back into this game. They're up 4-2 in terms of players. Want to get onto the site. Reskop with 4. Can he get the ace? No. Killing Satanic and the ace by Reskop. A huge boost to morale for sure. Florida Tech is not out of this just yet. Unfortunately for Florida Tech though, Embry-Riddle had money in the bank, and they are going to be able to full buy here.
luckily no ults are online yet, so pretty even playing field with rifles. Reskop does have his from the shadows. Hopefully he can make a play with it. Other than that,
Let's see how it goes.
nothing, no defensive ults.
For sure. Nothing too impactful that can really shut down a site on its own. And Sarkos starting off strong with a kill off the rip. Florida Tech is going to play behind this wall, unfortunately for them, and Libby's going to use that wall to secure a kill onto Satanic. And Ult Orb is picked up by Duck. And Florida Tech is kind of pincered here towards the A site. They don't have much room to play. But Enrique is going to try to make something happen, getting a kill onto Libby. Florida Tech slowly pushing up towards the site, but they have to clear out Chi. They have to clear out so many positions. Gekkomali is going to try to push these players back even further. But these 1v1s are going to be so crucial. Frosty being an absolute nuisance, but Juicy and Enrique picking up kills of their own. Starkos has made it onto site though. Izzer coming into contact with Juicy, and Starkos getting the kill. It's down to Duck. He's the last hope for Florida Tech. It's down to a 1v1. 30 seconds on the clock. It's Duck versus TCK here. This could be the end for Florida Tech on Lotus if Duck cannot hold this. Has Thresh to play with, but he has decided to tuck really close to site. It's going to be down to this 1v1 in
Nice.
Duck, clutching it out to keep Florida Tech's hopes and dreams alive here on Lotus.
Huge post-plant play for Duck there. With such low HP, he was basically one shot, I think. Really smart play. And huge picks by Juicy and Enrique. Great positioning there through lurking up through stairs into heaven, killing Null in their spawn. Yeah, they're still in it, so. Now Duck does have Thrash online, which is a huge ultimate ability for taking site
And in for post plant on a tragic turn of events as Duck's Dizzy gets stuck. Absolutely unfortunate. Thrash here is not going to catch any players, but that's going to give a nice sight clear for them as Wingman goes for the plant. Put in the work. Look at him go.
He's
Spike
so cute.
does get planted here by Fortech, but they're going to have to go deal with 2 players on the flank. And we can Juicy make quick work of that. And will look to be a fast retake by Embry Riddle. Ends up being a quick turnaround for Fortech, but now Starkos with 2 kills off the Sheriff. It's just down to Duck. Remember, this is match point. Here comes a Thrash of their own. He has to survive this. He does manage to do it. He does take out Null, and it's just Duck here. Gecko versus Gecko, and Frosty with the headshot with the dink through the wall, and that's going to be GG here on Lotus. A thrifty for Embry Riddle, and they're going to walk away with the win here.
Yeah, and that was map 1, so I think we're going to take probably like a 5-minute break, and then we'll move on to map 2.
Yep, I'll see you guys in a few. And welcome back, everyone, to map 2 here of our best of 3, featuring our varsity Valorant team, Fortech Crimson, going up against Embry Riddle University. Embry Riddle ended up taking the first map of Lotus, but now on Split, we'll see if Fortech can make a turnaround or if Embry Riddle will keep up their dominance.
Yeah. Yeah, we see both teams with the Sentinel pick, Null on Cypher and Juicy on KJ. And like we're gonna have pretty similar comps, just that difference of the Sentinel.
Yeah. I find it interesting that both teams have gone for double duelist here on Split. It's pretty good. It's a very dive comp. It's very aggressive. And so the fact that both teams have chosen it can make it really interesting. Yeah, other than that, we see Sky, which is still the go-to initiator on this map. Her birds are so useful in these close angles. And yeah, in terms of Sentinel, like we see here, No on the Cypher and Juicy on the Killjoy. Makes a lot of sense. Both are really good on this map.
Yeah, and I think the key agent for this map is definitely Raze. Her nades and satchels are like crucial to taking A site or destroying the Cypher trips on B.
This map has a lot of elevation, and those nades make it really easy to control those points of interest, whereas a lot of other util, like a Killjoy molly, would require a lineup, where here, you know, a Raze can just on the fly chuck a nade up into heaven. So we'll see how these players handle it. This plan also interested to see how they handle mid. A lot of times teams will try to maybe grab a Sage or a double controller comp to control mid with a wall. But here, neither of the teams have chosen that, so mid might prove to be a little weak. Mid is so important here on split, where it gives you access to both sides, so you can pivot back and forth between the two. We're starting on defense for Phototech here.
Hey, we should see like maybe a KJ alarm bot in mid, or a turret, but sure. Oh yeah, there's the turret for a mid there.
Yep. With the wrong site here, as Embry fastly pushes into the A site. Rascom and Frosty each getting a kill. It's Enrique's alone on this site. Nice sheriff shot. But he's down to 1 bullet and 22 HP. Frosty's gonna close that. And it's down to a 2v2 already. Frosty going for the plant.
1 enemy remaining.
Juicy off the peak, trying to kill the Frosty, the last player. But he gets away with murder and is able to maybe even run away with the spike. It's down to 1v1, but Duck cuts that down. That was looking a little dicey there. Flortech was in a really advantageous position in a 2v1, but it could have fallen apart. Frosty doing the right move of trying to isolate that 1v1.
Those right clicks from the classic are never consistent, where the 3 bullets just spray out of the gun. You never know where they're gonna go. But
this round does end up going to Flortech, so good start here. And we see some interesting purchases. Enrique with the Marshall on mid, and we're also seeing
Party's over.
a Judge in Flortech players' hands. Enrique using that Marshall to get first blood. A nice heal is gonna top Enrique off. Looks like he's considering peek off mid. He's gonna leave Satanic. He's gonna come back with Satanic and an aggressive push by Embry Riddle's gonna catch Satanic off guard. But a peek by Juicy gonna get a kill. Null with a beautiful trade, but still a 3v2. Null getting aggressive on Duck, who's just as a Judge. He's gonna satchel in with this Judge, gonna try to get the kill. He goes for the peek, but Null shutting it down with a spray. 4 HP left though, and Enrique at the same time taking out his last teammate Frosty, leaving Null alone. And Null did a really excellent job of putting pins in Flortech's defense, but here, with so little HP, Enrique is able to shut that down.
yeah, nice plays from Enrique, the first blood, but then leaving Satanic Monk to die there in vents.
Yeah, a little bit of a fumble there.
Unfortunate, but they closed out the round and they're able to bonus some guns into this 3rd round while Embry Riddle is able to full buy. So Flortech might have to do something a little aggressive, a little silly here to catch Embry Riddle off guard. Otherwise, Embry Riddle does have the gun advantage, so.
Flortech's gonna have to play with a lot of sheriffs here. Not the best for sure. Enrique is gonna take first contact with the main gun in Flortech's arsenal, which is a Bulldog. Starkos with a Pain Shell is gonna try to push even further, but looks like he decides to back off. Duck getting a nice heal. That Sky choice really helping out, keeping these Flortech players alive. And now things have slowed down, but at the same time, Embryos re-aggressing towards ramp, at the same time also pushing mid, and Flortech is going to be kind of split into 2 groups here, dealing with this aggression. Reskop with the smoke, but Starkos might just push right through it. Will Reskop be ready for it? He does hear a blind. He does try to tuck, but Starkos is so aware, able to get a kill.
Spike down.
Satanic, though, at the same time, shutting down the spike holder.
Last player standing.
Duck trying to get on top of the box, but gets punished. And Embry Riddle able to take that away, even though it looked a little scary at one point.
It did. Florida Tech did a really good job of shutting down 2 of them, which is better than none. And but Frosty, though, with those flashes for his duelist, Starkos, able to get 2 in A main is just incredible.
Yeah.
Util usage. The initiator and duelist duo is always nice to see.
For sure. Yeah, we've seen a lot of really good coordinated play here by Embry Riddle, especially on last map, and here they're showing it once again, playing off of each other so well. Like we mentioned, Florida Tech has gotten some guns out of their hands, so they're looking to make this round count. And Duck is here on the site. Juicy as well, getting a kill of their own. Juicy picking up a second, but TCK is now secluded on site with a stinger. Able to take out Satanic. What wizardry is that? Juicy getting the kill though. Doesn't want any more magic happening here on the scenes. But no, with a nice timing, able to use his neural theft as well. It's down to 2v1. Enrique stuck here with the operator towards Fortech spawn. It's gonna be hard for him to get out through the Cypher cage. Reskop playing out of heaven in a nice peek. Is gonna shut down the hopes of a clutch there. Fortech leading by a small margin of 2 points here on split.
I think that was really well played by Duck to let the TCK and Starkos satchel and dash onto site and get the rest of the players following behind them, and whoever was rafters on be able to get the duelists there. Noel did try his best and invested the neural theft, but luckily Reskop shut it down.
Cover going out.
Florida Tech is starting to find their groove here on split, and now they have huge gun advantage against Embry Riddle. These players are getting melted as their stingers are not able to handle the firepower of the operator and the vandal. And an aggressive push on the ramp gets taken apart by these Florida Tech players, and a quick round in the bag for these Florida Tech.
Really fast, really good round from Florida Tech. They are able to build an economy. They have Juicy has the KJ lockdown online. We see Enrique with the Blade Storm and Reskop with From the Shadows. But Embry Riddle is building on their ults as well. And Frosty has the Seekers ready. Starkos with the Showstopper, which can be huge for taking site. And TCK also with the Blade Storm. We see the Blade Storm right off rip and the Showstopper.
Yeah, really powerful push here by Embry Riddle is going to give Starkos a kill. Some trades happening as well between Duck and Noel. And now Embry Riddle's looking a little more promising here. 4v3 with the spike plant as well. Reskop is going to invest his From the Shadows to get across the map. He's going to be able to use his TP to get past his trip bar, but Noel is going to hear that, but still not quick enough to respond to Reskop's aggression. Now Florida Tech has a nice pincer movement here as they push their way onto site, going to try to take out Libby, but they aren't aware of the player having is Frosty, who's taken out by Satanic Monk, down to 2v1. The blind here by Libby is going to slow them down. Reskop going for the defuse. It's down to Satanic, who pulls up the classic but can't get it to work as Libby, a beautiful clutch. It's going to put Embry Riddle back on the board. Embry Riddle came out with guns blazing that round.
Yeah, for sure. And Frosty and Libby's positioning, holding across. Frosty in heaven and Libby back sight. Satanic Monk able to get some trades, but unfortunate that he ran out of bullets there at the last second.
Yeah. Tech looked really promising there, but Libby doing a great job playing off of a close smoke and able to clutch it out. Now fast aggression by both sides. A showstopper used by Duck. Satanic pushing as well, and that's gonna net them 2 kills. And this has been so fast and furious by Florida Tech. Raskop getting a little frisky, pushing the smoke even further, decides now to back off. And now, after that eruption of a start, play slows down as Embry Riddle moves their way back towards B. Noah's left here, gonna try to catch any Florida Tech players who get aggressive. And is gonna be first contact on the B side. That glowing gun, absolutely beautiful. Gotta admire the skins from time to time.
Yeah.
Enrique is going to be playing off this turret while staying nice and safe here in heaven. Now, some push heaven is going to force him a little back. But Frosty's so aware, able to get an angle onto him and take out Enrique before he can even see him. Luckily for him, Juicy is behind with the trade. Now it's going to be a brawl mid, and Noel taking out Juicy in exchange for a chunk of HP. He's going to use his neural theft, but there's 10 seconds left on the clock. Here comes the From the Shadows. It's going to be used by Libby. And they're going to try to push their way towards site, but they have no time.
I think he missed the bomb.
Missed the bomb.
Shadows.
That makes a lot more sense. I was wondering where he was heading with that. And yeah, an unfortunate misclick for him, I suppose. What caused him that?
Wanted to save, I'm not sure. But
if they do manage to save a couple weapons in their arsenal, 2 Vandals, the rest of the team has to go for a save here. Florida Tech maintains a small lead of 3 points here, 5-2.
Cover going out.
So Presence mid is going to force Florida Tech's attention with some smokes and some nades. Duck is going to have to play a little careful here off the smoke with a Roomba, but on the other side of the map, Noah has picked up a kill. That's going to force Florida Tech players back towards the A side, but in the meantime, the rest of Embry is actually going towards B. This could be a fake by them. Florida Tech is not budging entirely. They're leaving Duck here along with the Sentinel util in the hands of Juicy. Florida Tech players are definitely playing it safe here with their gun advantage. Still plenty of time on the clock for Embry Riddle, 50 seconds to work with. And his smoke is going to allow them to push even further onto site. Dog is going to clear it out as well. We hear it. Juicy hears it as well. Now 35 seconds. As Starkos is inserted really close. With a classic Juicy, sorry, not classic, a Sheriff. Juicy makes out with his life. But the spike has made it all the way back towards the A side. Florida Tech players are fighting on the wrong side of the map. A huge diversion by Embry Riddle is going to land them the spike, and now they just need to hold it. Oh, has some nice trips and cams set up to slow these Florida Tech players even further, but the lockdown invested by Florida Tech try to push these players off.
No charges.
There might be a gap in it. Florida Tech trying to push even further, with some trades coming all around, and it's down to a 2v3. Raskop gonna touch the spike, but it's not gonna be enough. Juicy getting a kill, but it's 2 players heaven, and not enough time for Florida Tech to deal with. And Embry Riddle walks away with it.
yeah, the lurking rays, I guess, on B really distracted some of the Florida Tech players, and Embry Riddle was able to plant the bomb on A.
I was convinced that it was gonna be a B hit as well.
Yeah,
so
me
an
too.
excellent fake by Embry Riddle for sure.
Yeah, Juicy just, I feel like he had to invest the lockdown and just ran out of time.
Yeah.
And now they are going to have to save, but, or no.
Yeah, the first save for Florida Tech, I believe, here on Split So for some judge plays, they're definitely going to try to be playing this close. In the meantime, Embry Riddle's already pushed through mid. Reskop is going to play here with the shotgun, but it's not going to catch anyone as Starkos able to shut that down. Enrique trying to get something on the ropes as well, but TCK not allowing it. Satanic, though, does finally manage to get a kill for Florida Tech, but they're already down a player. 3v2. Duck with the satchels trying to get really aggressive with it. But it's not going to happen. It's just like the Juicy who, stunned by a dog, left on his lonesome. Not much you can do there. And Burrito are able to convert
Okay.
that advantage into a win.
Hero messing things up.
See, Frosty with the Seekers online, and looks like that's the only ultimate online, and Florida Tech is able to full buy. Free Riddle's economy not a little, I don't know.
It's a little close.
Yeah.
They still have definitely enough to buy a round or maybe even two if they micromanage a bit. There's a lot of leeway for them. But here the raises are going to town as Duck gets 2 and Starkos gets 1. Tech here with 4-3 player advantage. And they are positioning towards heaven as they heard a lot of presence mid. Have to allocate some players towards the A side. And Juicy might be all alone here. As these Embry Riddle players push even further, Nade is going to push him back along with the Sky Ultimate. Florida going to try to retake heaven here as the players go for the plant. Frosty finally able to get that plant down. And it's up to a retake once again for Florida Tech. 4v3. You have to clear so many different angles, make sure mid has no players left. But Stark goes in a cheeky little angle under, haven't able to get 2. And now the tides have turned as Embry Riddle are ahead. Enrique is going to push through. Starkos getting killed by Enrique with a double kill. It's now down to a 1v1. It looked like hope was lost, but Enrique trying to make it happen. Goes for the swing, but Frosty shutting it down as Embry Riddle should take that one out of the grasp of Florida Tech.
Really
A
nice.
valiant battle for sure.
Nice try from Enrique. He looked like he was taking the site himself there.
Yeah.
With the clouds and dashing in and getting Starkos and Null, but able to hold it down.
Yeah, like sometimes all your strategy can go out the door if a single player pops up, and that's what it looked like was happening for Florida Tech, but unfortunately for them, the 1v1, Frosty was able to convert.
Luckily, these rounds are a lot closer, so Embry Riddle is still holding on with their economy.
For
Barely
sure.
able to buy.
Here they come with a fast aggression. TCK is able to clear out Enrique. Juicy able to get killed, but Starkos with the paint. Sorry, I got so distracted. So much is happening. Reskop getting 2 kills
Spike planted.
after the showstopper was able to snag Juicy away, and it's down to a 1v2. Reskop able to get onto site with his TP. He's gonna go for a blind and peek on the other side. He does get a kill! Almost able to turn
so
around
close.
and get the second, but no. Able to shoot through the blind.
Last round in the half.
Florida Tech players getting so close to hearing their way into more rounds. Just falling just barely short. Still, like you mentioned, this is a much closer game here as we head into last point in the half. 5-6, it's still anyone's game.
Yeah.
Bull by here.
Full buy. Not seeing like game-changing ults online. Yes.
When both teams go on the aggressive as Enrique pops his knives. He is able to get 2, but now he's gonna be alone in sight as the neural theft is coming out. He's trying to make something happen, trying to get those kills while he still can, but his life
Spike
gets taken
planted.
away. as these Embry Riddle players take this site by storm. They've now gone for the plant. Looks like they're trying to take Heaven control, but that's where Florida Tech is going to be. Nice kills by Duck and Juicy. It's out to 1v1. Showstopper invested by Duck. Not able to catch Noel. It's out to 1v1. He is going to push towards Spike. He has to be so aware. Noel could get a timing here. He's trying to have the Spike, but the clutch by Noel puts Embry Riddle in the lead moving into the second half.
So close. The way that Noel just ran down away from that showstopper. Yeah.
I could almost hear the cartoon footsteps as he skedaddled down
real.
ramp.
Yeah, results are so scary. But such a close half from both teams. It was almost always like a 1v1 at the very end, and just whoever won their gunfights or, you know, played time with the bomb or played the bomb well. And now Florida Tech is attacking. So we'll see who gets this first pistol round. It's still anybody's game, I think, no matter what. So
Yeah. So long ways to go. No team in a huge advantage. Now pistol round as Florida Tech goes in for the attack. Duck is getting really aggressive, able to dodge the flash. A nice turn, able to get a kill, but Starkos the same time with his paint shell, able to get the kill. The dog is going to stun Duck here as he tries to push through Heaven. But TCK with a nice reposition, and Duck is just not ready for it. Florida Tech players are trying to push site from both directions. A kill by Enrique. Eraskop in a 1v1. 15 HP in a dream.
Cover going out.
Does go for a smoke play. And it's messy, but TCK comes out on top, leaving Enrique alone to fend for himself in a 1v2. He has Spike. He's already pivoting towards the A site. Might have gone for a little fake. He only has 35 HP and still a decent amount of time to play with. 40 seconds on the clock. But he's going to run straight into the cipher. At the same time, he's getting flanked. There's no way he's aware of this possibility. At this point, Embry Riddle knows that's got to be back towards the B site. They haven't heard anything. Enrique is going to make sounds here as he drops. Going to go for the spike. A fast push by Noel is going to catch him off guard. And pistol round goes to Embry Riddle.
Just let them try.
Huge aggression from Duck, satcheling into B Heaven, getting Starkos, doing a little bit of damage on TCK. Yeah, like again, a really close pistol round. Just came down to TCK with that Sheriff. Definitely the strongest pistol, able to do a lot of damage to Reskop. Everything. So yeah, Florida Tech's gonna have to save, and Embry Riddle is gonna force in here. Try to take the lead, I think, but
yeah, Florida Tech is kind of left on the back foot here after losing that pistol round. They're still stuck on classics, and they're just going for a team death ball right down mid. This dog able to dodge Reskop's shots and get a nice stun and some really valuable information as Florida Tech pushes towards fence. Like they've decided to double back towards the B site, but they're coming across two places. Starkos here has a judge. This could prove to be disaster. Satanic able to get a kill, and some trades coming all around. Now as Florida Tech has control of Heaven, but both these players have so little HP. At the same time, a fight here is going to break out between Satanic and Noah as the smoke comes down.
is that a Radiant buddy on the judge?
Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh.
Got some gamers here. Satanic does have to make noise as he drops. Yeah, they're trying to play it quiet, but it's too late. Their position is known. They have to clear all these angles. Will they be aware of leaving? They are able to catch a peek of the barrel. The shotgun is going to do a huge chunk of damage, but not enough to kill. No, surviving is a catastrophe. Enrique once again left in an undefendable position and falls here to TCK.
Okay.
Yeah, that looked so winnable. Florida Tech got so many guns out of the hands of Embry Riddle and picked up a Judge and a Spectre. just unfortunate dash. I think he got stuck there on that wall, and Noel was able to just spam him down, I think.
Yeah.
But Florida Tech is able to full buy. They are at a gun advantage, except TCK is gonna force in with an op
Here.
for defense here.
Yeah.
A-site.
Blocking sight.
A very interesting play by TCK to pick up an op so early, but it could single-handedly shut down this site as Florida Tech is in fact pushing here towards A, and there goes the first shot. TCK taking out a player, but Satanic and Duck each able to collect one of their own, but TCK is still a menace with the operator. Bringing it back down to a 3v3. Spike has been planted. Duck has managed to take out Frosty. Now, TCK with the operator is left alone in a 3v1. If he could take this out, this would be miraculous. Looks like he's going for the save, but Satanic knows this. He's going to try to take it out himself. He doesn't want the operator to be secured by TCK moving into the next round. TCK able to get a kill. He's not going to be able to win this round for sure, but he might be able to connect another one, and he does. Another gun out the hands of Florida Tech. And Duck does manage to stay alive for the bomb to defuse.
You say something? Sorry. Ears still
Super
ringing. There.
good positioning
There.
from Embry Riddle. They kind of read Florida Tech. I guess somehow they knew they were going to push A like that because they had Null Cypher set up on A as well as the op. Really good reads from Embry Riddle, but luckily Florida Tech was able to get the bomb down and get the rest of the team, forcing TCK to back up. And
There.
Fortunately for Florida Tech, they do have to buy quite halved here as they get some Guardians, but TCK, he's just a tank up there in heaven, getting 2 kills. At the same time popping his knives. Sorry, Enrique popping the knives rather. And Florida Tech able to get a position on the site thanks to that aggression. But now Satanic is left alone as Frosty takes up the rest of the team. But yeah, an operator is not going to do the trick as Embry Riddle shuts down that plant.
and Null has picked up the op to give it back to TCK.
And TCK has gotten so much value off this operator, getting at least 2 kills every round.
And the reads, he's just there wherever Florida Tech is pushing. It's
Yep.
incredible. But Satanic Monk showing us he has the Sky Seekers online. Looks like that's the only ult online for Florida Tech, and actually for both teams. Everybody's getting close.
Yeah, we see
There's some
Starkos
ults.
1 away from Showstopper.
Yeah, and Florida Tech is on a save. Looks like they're gonna do something here in mid.
Luckily for them, an operator is not here. It is holding the B site. They're gonna try to mosey their way on up mid, but Starkos with a quick kill. And now these 4 tech players are getting pinned with this util combination we've seen so many times. The dog, the blind by Libby is all just a disaster, and it's just left a duck. But it's just a sheriff and a dream. 1v5. I'm gonna try to do as much damage as possible. Maybe even get the bomb down if he's lucky.
Satchel out.
He's able to secure the bomb, but here comes a satchel. And Starkos showing him how it's done with the satchel sheriff combo.
And a huge round from Libby, able to get some eco picks in
Sure.
on mid. Now Florida Tech is able to full buy. We do see a timeout from Coach.
Definitely a warranted timeout here as we're getting close to the end of this game. Florida Tech was able to have a nice attack around, sorry, a defensive side where they ended up 5-7, but now Embry has really taken the lead as they're holding down these sites with an iron fist. Florida Tech really needs to figure out how to penetrate these defenses better
I
and
think
how to hold them down, yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll have to see like a Sky Flash or an Omen Blind to get TCK off the op angle. But other than that,
Yeah.
TCK is really strong with that op.
And
It's like
they
a
have
crutch.
some phenomenal reads as well.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah. Definitely have to util dump him.
Sure. I mean, Florida Tech has shown that they're able to get onto these sites, but it costs them so much utility that by the time they reach post plant, they have nothing left to play with.
Yeah, that is
And
true.
they just get rolled over by Embry Riddles, who's done a phenomenal job of conserving their utility for these reasons and coordinating them well, making
Shadows
these
traveling.
2 pieces of util act almost like 5 as they're able to just get so much more value out of them. Now Florida Tech's going to go back towards a mid push, but they are splitting some players towards the A site. They are going to run into some Cypher util, though that's going to make it much more difficult. Slow down even further. Stuck is left here, contemplating whether or not he wants to break this trip. Now, a showstopper is invested by Starkos, and he's going to catch a kill onto Enrique. But here comes the blind combination that we've seen time and time again. And yeah, Starkos going to use that opportunity to push his way on up. Noah as well getting a kill, and Starkos just on a tear. Picking up a third with a molly. Now down to Reskop. He is able to get a kill onto Null.
It is ready.
A second kill as well onto Libby.
30 seconds left.
Might be able to grab this bomb, but there's a fast push by Frosty. A third by Reskop. These players are giving him unwarranted 1v1s. An operator shot is going to be able to be dodged by Reskop. He has 15 seconds on the clock. He has to get this plant down. He's going to go for it now. But these players have already dropped. Here they come. Straight on down this side. A shorty. And a knife by
Oh my
TCK.
gosh!
Reskop. So much going for him. Able to get 3 kills. But the disrespect by TCK.
Yeah.
Embry Riddle has pushed themselves to match point.
Reskop looking crispy there with that
Yeah.
aim, able to get 3 and using From the Shadows off stream. Actually, we were talking about how From the Shadows is not an easy ult to use. You can't get a lot of value, but that was like the perfect time to use it, and just unfortunate that TCK wanted to go for the kill and knife him instead of respecting him just a little bit more, but whatever.
Valorant is still a mental game, so these mental hits could put a huge toll. And now for attack, investing the Seekers, who are getting stuck in heaven. Showstopper is used by Duck. He's able to collect a kill, and now it's on to 4v4. Make that a 4v3, 3v3. I need to slow it down here as these players are just running onto site. But now the operator is holding that angle. It's down to Juicy in a 1v2. We've seen these over and over again. 1v2s. Alphatech have to win, and they cannot. TCK with the operator just putting in work non-stop. These Embry Riddle players have done a fantastic job here on Split and on Lotus. Some beautiful coordination, and Florida had a valiant effort. We saw a lot of really close clutches by Riddle coming out on top.
Yeah, so GG's to Embry Riddle and GG's to Florida Tech. Really close rounds from both teams. Good job to both teams. You can
GG's.
check out our next broadcast tomorrow, which is Tuesday at 7, where our Super Smash Bros. Team will be playing Southern Virginia University.
Yeah, hope to see you guys there.
Yeah, see you there. Thanks for watching.